I whisper in her ear reassuringly, trying to make her calm down. It works, at least halfway, as Rin closes her eyes and leans against me as if searching for comfort in my warmth. But this is not something that friends should do. We can't be friends anymore? It's fine, don't worry about it. Just relax. Even though I said that, I'm on the verge of breaking myself. If I wasn't so nervous, I would laugh at my own nervousness. She wants to be comforted, and I want to comfort her. But in this way, I move my hands lower, touching the naked skin of her stomach, caressing Rin with my hand. Her muscles contract timidly, evading my touch, but as soon they find their trust in me and relax. I want to take this time and point out that if you weren't here for Hanako's story and whatever else, we do censor the porn here, just because YouTube is a weird place. You could argue it's art. I personally think it's art, but my hands are tied. These scenes get very graphic. Anyway, back to the story. Her muscles contract timidly, evading my touch, but they soon find their trust in me and relax. There was one warm place left in her after all. That's a weird sentence. That's a really weird sentence. There was one warm place left in her after all, emitting heat that gets even warmer as I move my hand lower. I touch her carefully from down there, feeling the place where the lines of her thighs converge. Feels burning and swollen, soft and smooth. She opens under my touch, inviting my fingers to touch her more. Rin gasps at the contact of my hand, and her voice is not of pain nor of surprise. I realize I've been holding my own breath and letting it go in a long stream of air out in my nostrils and into her hair. Don't tickle me. Sorry. Don't stop either. Sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just faking it. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. I enter her, moving my fingers up and down, in and out, touching her from everywhere. First slowly, then faster. I listen to the subtle signs Rin's body gives, hoping that she can guide me as I can't see what I'm doing. Her breathing gets heavier by the moment, spurred from my exploring fingers. Rin's hips start moving in the same rhythm as me, guiding me deeper. She turns her head, looking at me from the corner of her eye. I wonder what she sees, but what I see in her almost scares me. The passion in her eyes is nothing like I have ever seen. Her dark eyes like two black stones against the moonlit skin of her cheek. I kiss her gently on the cheek, right above the bone. My lips are coarse and dry. My right hand moves upwards of its own accord. Until the white cotton of her shirt to caress the underside of her soft breast. I guess I don't have to censor that. It's very not clear what's going on because it makes it look like she has an arm. We are censoring the bottom though, that's for sure. Sweat gleams on her skin, making it slippery under my hands. She breathes in sharp, quick intakes in unison with the pulses of her insides against my fingers. Such a weird sentence. I could feel her heat burning through her shirt against my chest. I move faster, and she moves faster, our primitive instincts blinding. All the reasons as her fever becomes sweat drenching her shirt and her skin. Her passion becomes my own, growing inside of me. All these feelings unravel into their basic components. Her softness, her wetness, her hotness, her sadness are the only things that I think. The only things I can think. I push Rin over the edge. Her entire body contracts around my fingers in a blinding, deafening, paralyzing spasm. Her voice is incredible. Sorry, my voice is so not sexy for Rin. I suppose none of the characters have a sexy voice. Maybe like... I don't know. None of my girl voices are actually that great. I was trying to think of somebody. And I thought of Shizune, but then I realized that's just Misha. That's not... Anyway. I never thought it could be so violent, so absolute for a girl. Later I would come to think that this finally was the moment when Rin fully let herself go, and in one single instant destroyed and rebuilt herself, just like she had wanted. Whether it's the truth or not, I couldn't say, but that's how I felt. Rin gasps for breath, like she's drowning, returning to reality because she has no other choice. Her entire body is still in throes of the slowly dying moment. Pearls of sweat are glistening on her forehead. I am feeling my own heat inside of me, but now the spur of the moment is gone, and I don't know what to say to Rin, who is panting, hot, and ecstatic in my arms. Her shirt, wet with sweat, is glued onto her back, revealing hints of her shoulder blades and waistline. She feels limp, weak, exhausted. I reach out for the blanket and wrap it around her and me. Rin doesn't resist me. She's drained of all her strength. What happened now? Oh, sorry. What will happen now? I don't know. Nothing, I suppose. You look tired. I am tired. It feels strange. Like I lost something. I mean something else other than my marital purity. Don't say something like that. Neither of those things. I don't want to lose you. What does that mean? I'm not going anywhere. I'm afraid that you are. All the time. In that moment, I felt like it was not only Rin who lost something of hers, I felt like I was losing a part of myself. Maybe all of me. But if you were to ask if you were to ask what it was that I lost, I couldn't say because I had already forgotten it. I broke another promise by coming out with my honest feelings to Rin. It's 2 in 1 day. I hate the distance between you and me. So every time it gets a little bit closer, I become afraid of losing it. That's weird. I guess so. Do you mind if I... Sorry, my voice cracked. Do you mind if I sleep a little? No, I guess you don't. You like watching, don't you? She closes her eyes and swallows with a loud gulp, trying to relax herself, fighting against the urge to paint. Yes. Yes, I do. Oh. Rin... Sorry, that's creepy. I shouldn't say oh. At least put some underwear on, bitch. The fuck? Rin moves her body in my arms, searching for a comfortable position with our very uncomfortable... Actually, that must have been... No. How does she get her underwear off? That's rough. Imagine getting your underwear off with no arms. I guess she's on the floor, so she could, like, scoot and, like, get it off that way. And then, like, her legs are super flexible, so maybe she could just do that. Anyway. Rin moves her body in my arms, searching for a comfortable position in our very uncomfortable position. She leans against me, closing her eyes, and lets one last long breath out before settling into a steady rhythm of sleep. With her last moment of awareness, she whispers something to me, but I can't hear it. Rin drifts deeper into sleep with a deep sigh that realizes all remaining tension from her left inner muscles. I try to shift around and to place both of us more comfortably. It takes a while because I don't want to wake up Rin, even though she probably wouldn't. But eventually I find a position I'm somewhat comfortable with. I lean against the soft cushions of the couch and breathe into the cool air of the atelier. Rin's head rests against my chest as if she were listening to my heartbeats. Echoes of her dream ripple as small twitches on her face like a cat sleeping on the mouse hunter's dream. The full moon, shining her pale light upon us from beyond the skylight, reflects from a blank canvas standing forgotten on the easel. Its whiteness is glowing against the dark night of the atelier. That was cute. Cute. We love a love scene here. Drinking coffee today, boys. It's actually like the coffee. I liked normally getting like Starbucks triple shots, but we got a double shot of actual just coffee. Today it's just coffee. I've never got it before because I thought it would be like strong coffee taste, and I didn't really want that. But the gas station I always go, like whenever I get gas, I get the coffees too for like 2 weeks or whatever, because usually that's about as long as I have my gas. They're not selling the triple shots anymore, so all I had was this, and I took it and it was pretty good. Anyway. Through the grogginess of a freshly awakened mind, I can observe my surroundings, only one thing at a time. The morning light shining from the skylight is bright and sky-colored. It reflects from the white walls and the colorful posters and paintings. I hope nobody at school realized that I spent the night here. They didn't find out the last time. So I am pretty confident about my chances. How would anybody realize where you spent your night, Hisao? I guess if they, like, knock on your door and you're not there, but whatever. My neck is stiff, and my shoulders are hurting like hell from sleeping in an awkward position like that. Can't even remember when I fell asleep. Only the full moon and Rin warm against me. Can't remember her waking up either, leaving my side. However, she has. She's standing. She somehow got fully clothed by herself, buttoned all her buttons up, put on her underwear and her overalls. How does she put on those overalls? I guess, whatever. Rin is standing in the middle of the atelier, looking as if she was lost. She's not looking at anything I can see, not doing anything, just standing there. She's managed to dress up a little by herself, a strange thing. I thought that she would have been impossible without hands. I get up and walk to her, patting her on the shoulders to get her attention. Hey. She flinches at the contact. Never seen Rin flinch. Rin looks a little panicky, a bit anxious, a bit defensive. It's as if she were a completely different person last night. Perhaps she was. My heart drops straight down to my stomach, full of liquid nitrogen. I'm sort of sorry. Am I sorry? It wasn't very tactful of me, last night. But isn't that the sort of thing you want? Because you like me? So blunt. I'm completely baffled by Rin's approach to this. No, even if it was, I think I'd prefer things to go properly. Rin cocks her head, looking like she has no idea what I'm talking about. She still has this guarded feel about her, but nothing bellies any real emotion. So you don't want to do that sort of thing? I didn't say that. So you do. I didn't say that either. Listen, it doesn't matter. I just don't think it was the best thing I could have done in that situation, and I tried to apologize. I wonder if for whose benefit I'm trying to come clear with these feelings. I don't even know why I'm feeling so terribly guilty. Maybe. I don't think it was a very good idea either. Probably. It's like you said. We're not like that. We're friends. It was a bad idea. Maybe you should forget about it, and I will too. I'm really good at forgetting things, so it should be alright with me. I can't do that. Why? Because I like you, that's why. I told you that you shouldn't talk about that. I don't agree. Besides, you brought it up yourself before. I hold my hand up and pinch the bridge of my nose in frustration. I have no idea how to get Rin to understand. I hate that Rin can't clearly tell what she feels about anything. I hate that she's sending these confusing signals as if she's expecting me to read her mind. Do you hate me? She actually thinks about this for some time. I don't hate anything. I don't think I'm a hateful person. Then what am I to you? Help me understand. I try to sound as reasonable as I can, but I don't know if it will help. Rationally thinking, this is the only way to get her to understand my point of view. Problem is, rationality was never a thing for Rin. It doesn't restrict her, like it restricts me. It's not her driving force. It doesn't make me behave like a normal person. Her behave like a normal person. I can't. Same answer. I feel so powerless. I feel frustrated. Why? I don't think you'd understand. I'm not sure if I do. Ooh. I need to understand. I need to understand why. I'm not gonna give up, Rin's shoulders slump, and she frowns. I know. I do want to be there for you, but I can't do that unless I know how. Just let me do this thing the way I want. That's all. Fine, I don't care. I hope I didn't pick the wrong choice. This doesn't feel good. You wanted to change. You wanted to destroy yourself. You want this exhibition more than anything, right? Yes. Okay, then do it. She doesn't respond. She doesn't even show acknowledgement of understanding. I'm grinding my teeth together, frustrated beyond anything I thought possible. I want to grab Rin's shoulders and shake her until she comes to her senses. I look at her, and in that moment I know with crystal clear certainty that there is nothing I can do for Rin. None of the words I know would reach her, but still. I think that, for whatever reason, you think that it's important that you go this way all the way to the end, even if it's not healthy for you, on many different levels. But I'll have nothing to do with it. I don't think this is the right option. I can't accept being treated like this and not understanding the reasons for it. I'm finished here. The full weight of what I said sinks in the silent distance between us. Rin doesn't show any reaction, nor does she even blinks her eyes. She stares through me, quietly. That's fine. Her voice is perfectly calm. Motionless, like an announcement that the 7:30 train will be 7 minutes late. With those words, Rin made her choice and I made mine. If either of us secretly wanted to change our mind, it's too late for that. I take a hard, long look at Rin, hoping that it conveys my feelings. Without knowing whether it does or not, I leave the atelier for some time, for the last time, feeling empty and anxious, like so many times before. I think I picked the wrong option. I can't tell what this means. Okay. Dream.